Baby, we're back!
We are back, you guys, after over a month of preparing for the wedding of our dreams. If you guys missed it, by the way, we're married now. You gotta be careful with these, honey. I feel like I gotta take this off my finger, and my finger's gonna get ripped off working with machinery.
By the way, do any of you guys, like, once you get married, find your man to be so much more good looking with a ring on it?
Now that our dream wedding is over, we are back to building our dream house. And this thing's not gonna build itself. We're getting back to pouring the foundation. These massive concrete columns going 16 feet up in the air.
Pouring concrete for these pillars isn't a joke. It's a pretty big process. So we have to do it step by step. So the first step is to make this cardboard box around the rebar.
Cardboard?
Did I say that? Cardboard.
It's hard, honey, you got wife brain now.
It's because I just rely on you for all the smartness, honey.
And we just rely on Sade for all the cuteness, huh? What sound does the bear make?
So this plywood form is what the concrete is going to go into. So these are all placed, they're ready to go. Now we just got to fill these babies up.
You got a bear on your back, honey, come on.
Can we just talk about the fact that we easily could have had this horrible wind the whole time of our wedding week, and we didn't at all.
The weather for the past like 4 days has been terrible, and the fact that it was nice for our wedding is an absolute miracle. Don't even get me started, like, I don't know how it all worked out. For any of you guys that are new around here, we do live way up on the side of a mountain in Panama where we basically can't get access from concrete trucks or any heavy machinery. So we gotta pour these things by hand. And yeah, we gotta do it one shovel at a time. But the good thing is we have a crew of 5 amazing guys that are helping us out.
It's a castle? Where's your room gonna be, baby? In this castle? The whole castle is your room? Yeah, you're probably right about that. You're gonna be the queen of this castle, baby. Not a queen, you're gonna be a princess? Oh, you're so right.
It's about 2 bags of cement to fill one of these boxes here, and we have to do 3 boxes, so that's 6 bags of cement. Second box is going up right now. Uh-oh. It's that windy. Our door just ripped off. We're not gonna have a door for a little bit, I guess.
I am so unbelievably happy that we have this patch of grass here now, right below the deck and the slide. Before it was just dirt, and in the wind, it would just blow it up. You couldn't even hang outside out here. But having this patch of grass to just come out, Sadie loves it. She's running around playing. We can just lay in the grass. The dogs love it. All of the little upgrades that we made specifically for the wedding, we are now also reaping the benefits of it. And oh my gosh, it's so windy.
Okay, box number 2 is in place. Now we need to fill it up with concrete.
But these guys are absolutely crushing it. It's not even 12 yet, and they're already almost done 1 pillar. So we're hoping that we can get at least 1 more done today.
The guys just left for the day, but I'm not calling it quits yet. I still got a good 3 or 4 hours in me, and I'm gonna take advantage of this time to start preparing for pouring our seismic beams. We can really only pour 1 of these columns at a time. So my idea is that I can kind of be on standby, taking the measurements, making sure everything's level, everything's perfect and where it needs to be. The guys can keep going and pouring the next about 20 columns that we have to do, and I can follow it up in the rear and start working on these seismic beams. I really want to get these going because rainy season's right around the corner. This is gonna be a mud pit very, very soon. Now these seismic beams also tie into the slab that we're gonna pour here, which is gonna be for our garage. So I need to take a piece of rebar, I need to cut it to 1.5 meters, put a couple 90-degree bends on it, put it down into the seismic beam, and wire tie them in place with a spacing of 16 inches apart. Okay, this one's ready. The bar's in place. It's looking pretty cool. And if you see how this is coming out, this is gonna tie into the slab here, which that slab's gonna be way later. But now that this is done, I need to build the form for the seismic beam right here. You see this section? I need to get some plywood, and I think I have some 2x2s that I'm gonna break out, and I need to build some forms that's gonna go right here. 26¼ inches.
In a quarter?
Man.
Sounding like your mother.
35. 35 1/4.
Give me something to do.
We got a rod man with us today, honey.
You want to cut this?
It's gonna be $5 a day, just so you know.
I can pay that. I think I can afford it.
That's why everyone needs a Rodrigo around. You could do that. It's so insane to me how quickly these geese have grown. It's only been a few weeks and they're probably like 3 times the size of what they were when they were born. I kept having this dream and this vision of bringing them in the tub with me and taking like an actual tub with the geese floating around. I think they're just a little bit too big for that now. Bro, you need some cough?
Oh, I got the pink one! What do we have over here? Wedding cake?
That's the perfect blend, dude.
The perfect blend?
That's the perfect blend.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I need to be flush with this.
Flush.
But we can move some of the dirt out of the way. The hardest thing about doing these seismic beams is just below this is a concrete slab, basically. It's the footer of this whole column. So we have nothing to anchor these down into. I could get concrete screws and try and screw them in, but I've had terrible luck with concrete screws. So I kind of have this other idea, which is putting these pieces of wood. And on the bottom to hold it in place, I'm gonna try and use a whole bunch of cinder blocks. Now Rodrigo doesn't like this idea. Rodrigo was trying to sell me on a bent piece
I think it's
of rebar.
gonna break.
He's trying to use a bent piece of rebar.
Well, let's see. Maybe we do cinder blocks on one side and then Rodrigo's idea on the other.
Hey, can we do that? I'm down.
If my idea doesn't work, we can do it. Okay. I've been thinking about this for like months, so I gotta try it.
It's time to mix some concrete, baby.
This concrete's gonna be 2,500 PSI. That's 4 parts sand to 3 parts gravel to 1 part cement. Yes, we gotta mix this all up by hand. Well, in this machine. This machine helps, but we gotta shove it all in there. That's one of the benefits of living up on the side of the mountain in Panama is you don't get fat. If I didn't have this, I would be obese.
That's a nice consistency right there. Like it? Iberto just got another puppy. I swear to God, this guy gets a new dog like every couple weeks. All of a sudden we have this new puppy on the farm. I'm like, whose dog is that? They're like, Iberto's. We're like, figures.
This is a lot of concrete, you guys. We're up to 4 bags of cement in here already. My goodness, this whole thing's gonna take us a while because we have a lot of these, like 60 of these to go. And some of them, if you look over here, they get a heck of a lot bigger. How much do I need to pay you for you to do all my seismic beams for me?
$4.99.
The best I can do is $4.50. Honey, if this house falls over, I don't know. I tried my best.
You guys, I just gave out my back. That's all I'm thinking about right now.
What happened?
From trying to make sure that this house doesn't fall over. I'm gonna get back to my working out, you guys. It's been 2 weeks since the wedding. I've been slacking.
Cheat days, honey.
I know, we've been cheating for the last 2 weeks.
I know, it's been so fun though. We've been eating so many cheeseburgers.
So many cheeseburgers.
When it comes to doing the flota, or the float, these guys kick me out. They won't let me float. I'm a sloppy floater. I don't get it. Like, I'm like, this is gonna be below the ground anyway. It doesn't need to be perfect, but they're like, no, it must be. So I'd let them do their thing.
You wanna know the real reason for that?
Why?
You are too messy and you always leave the tools super covered in concrete. You never clean them.
Yeah, but that's what these guys get paid for.
I can attest
That's
to
what
that.
these guys get paid for.
That's why they just told me. That's why they never let you do that.
Now I'm going ahead and getting these rebar pieces perfectly level, exactly where they need to be. Just kind of maneuvering them around a little bit, putting the level in place, and making sure these are perfect for when this concrete sets. And there you have it, you guys. That's 1 seismic beam done. Some 50 more to go. But honestly, I weirdly enjoy this. It's like a lot more fun than the columns, and then putting the blocks and getting ready to pour a slab, all that. It's gonna be a blast. Man, what a headache. I've been spending the whole morning trying to help one of my friends that had their identity stolen. Just like never seen that happen before. And you guys out there ever have your identity stolen? I know it's like super common these days and I didn't really know what that meant. But the fact that someone's opening up credit cards in my friend's name, taking out loans, racking up debt, and now his credit is just like... I've kind of come to realize that in this world, personal information is going to get leaked, identities are going to be stolen, and the only thing that you can do is try and slow it down, reduce the amount of information that's getting leaked, and try and just protect yourself as best as you can. So while I turn this goat milk into butter, I want to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, which is Surfshark. Surfshark works as a middleman between you and anyone that's trying to steal your personal and private information. And just like how this cream separator separates the cream from the milk, Surfshark separates you from all the people on the internet that are trying to steal your identity, your credit card information, hack into your bank account, steal your personal and private information, or hack into your Facebook and make a bunch of posts that scams a bunch of your friends and family. And Surfshark is so easy to use, which means keeping yourself safe is so easy. All you need to do is download the Surfshark app. You can connect to any of their servers in over 70 locations, and boom, you're safe. You're protected. Your personal information is safe, your banking is safe, all your private information is safe because Surfshark is now protecting you. And I've been lucky enough to never have my identity stolen, and I give a lot of credit to Surfshark for that because I always have it running on my phone. I always have it running on my laptop because clicking a button and having a middleman protect you is way easier than having to deal with your identity being stolen. Just like how today wearing a seatbelt when you drive a car is common sense, it's becoming that running a VPN in the background of all your tablets, phones, computers is common sense because it's necessary to keep yourself safe. And if any of you guys aren't using a VPN, use this moment right now to go and grab Surfshark. They have an amazing deal going on for you guys that if you click the link down in the description below and use promo code the Nomadic, you'll get 4 extra months of Surfshark for free. Okay, it's coffee time. Usually when I do coffee time with you guys, I take a bunch of your questions and basically do a Q&A, and I feel like it's time to address something. We've gotten hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 comments, emails, messages from you guys asking what's up with Arturo. Why hasn't he been in our videos for the last 7-8 months or so? And I kind of wanted to take a minute and address that today. And you know, I think when Kaylee and I first started making YouTube videos, you kind of have to make up your mind. It's like, are you gonna share everything exactly how it is, or are you gonna pick and choose what you share? And I think we just kind of took the let's just share everything all the time and be an open book, and people can take what they want from it rather than like trying to manufacture who we are and what our life is. And I think this is really the first time that something happened and we didn't just open up all the details. And I'm not gonna open up all of the details, but I think at the same time I want to close this chapter. Something did happen back in October of last year. And I'm not going to go into all of the details, but personally, it was the biggest breach of trust and respect that I've ever experienced in my life. And then, you know, we really built this business. We built Movement Coffee Roasters on trust, on blind trust. And, you know, maybe that was stupid, but you know, when someone breaks your trust, personally, like I start looking. It's like, okay, what else has been going on? And it was kind of like the more and more I dug, the more and more heartbroken that I was, and the team was. And I'll tell you, October, November, and December of last year were hands down the hardest months of my whole life. I was struggling really hard, emotionally. The business was really struggling. You know, if you guys have been following us, we launch a Christmas coffee every year, and we sold 2,000 Christmas coffee kits. And you know, we were kind of taking this road alone without Arturo, and then our roaster in Vermont broke. And at that moment, like, you know, we had over 2,000 orders to fulfill for the holidays. We had all this coffee, and we thought we were gonna have to refund everyone. And it was at that moment that I was confident we were going to lose the business. And for me, that was just heartbreaking because our business isn't just business people, it's family and friends, or friends that we consider family, people that we love. And it's been a grind. There's still like tough days because, you know, I was listening to someone talk about betrayal, and they said that betrayal is even harder than death in some ways because it's like you've lost someone but they're still alive, And that's how it felt. That's how it's felt for me. But not only that, I felt like this immense amount of like shame, and I was being like incredibly self-critical during that time. The thing I can tell you today is, you know, looking forward, I've never felt more motivated. I've tried to take this moment and basically use it as rocket fuel. I feel like I'm still like going through a little bit of imposter syndrome, you know, and so I think some people on our team is we're running this coffee business without a big part of it, and we're just trying our absolute best every single day and trying to prove to ourselves that we're capable. And it really feels like in the last 2 to 3 months we've started to feel that a little bit. So basically a chapter on this channel ended. It really ended back in October, and I'm sorry we didn't bring it up sooner. It just didn't feel right, and I was honestly an emotional mess, and it wasn't the time. I'm sorry that I don't feel like it's right to put all the details and the specifics and the documents and everything out there. It's not what I want to achieve, and if you guys like take with this what you will, but that's just what feels right to me with how things are at this moment. But there's 2 last things that I need to say, and I'll do this while I brew this coffee here. Number 1 is I need to give a huge shout out to Sarah and TJ, who you guys have seen on this channel before. We don't put them on here like a ton because some people like being on camera and some people don't, and we like respecting them in that regard as much as possible. But they literally saved the business. I mean, when we were staring at 2,000 orders with a broken coffee roaster, they were the ones that pulled the all-nighters. They were the ones that made it all happen. We would not be here today. I would not be here brewing this coffee right now if it wasn't for them. So a huge shout out to them. You guys probably saw them in our wedding video. They are some incredible people that have been a part of our lives for a long time and will continue to be. Second thing that I want to let you guys know is I feel like I said, I've been battling this like imposter syndrome, and I know it's just all mental, and sometimes the best thing for me to do personally is just like throw myself into the fire. So I'm going to be doing Brewers Cup again. I'm going to be competing to be the best coffee brewer in all of Panama, and then hopefully the best coffee brewer in the whole world. And I just want to continue to fight. I don't want my journey in coffee to end. I have loved this. I've loved this. I have loved sharing it with you guys. I've loved the travel, the journey, the business, and everything that's come along with that. It's something that's so genuine and pure and good, and something I love. And Brewers Cup for me is that next step in proving to myself that I'm capable. So that's going to be starting. This is actually a test brew right now. That's going to be starting. I'm going to be bringing you guys along on the journey, really starting in the next video. The competition for Panama is right around the corner. So this is the end of a chapter. I'm going to kind of close the book on Arturo, and it feels good. Like right now it feels like a weight off my shoulders because I've dreaded this moment with you guys. So a huge shout out to you guys too, because you're also huge in making all this possible, and we love you. But I'm gonna drink this coffee now and get back to work. Now that we're married, I think we gotta be extra cheesy. Is that how it works?
Extra lovey?
No, cheesy.
Oh.
Like, first walk is husband and wife. Honey, I like cheesy. I know it's cringy, but I can't help it. I like that kind of stuff.
First walk with husband and wife. Oh. Jordan and I always used to say to each other how like it's probably not going to feel any different, you know, once you get married, especially being together for almost 10 years. We keep saying to each other, it feels different. It feels different. It's so hard to explain and put a finger on exactly like what it is. I don't know. It's a sense of like comfort, that sense of just
that I'm not gonna run away, like
rootedness.
I don't know, honey. I might still dip out. I'm still quiet. No.
So it's pretty funny. I was talking to my new mother-in-law the other day, and she was asking how my post-wedding depression was going.
It's more like, how's your post-wedding depression going?
And that's
that's how my mom talks.
Yeah, she's got the Worcester accent.
It's worse than a Boston accent. It's like a dirty Boston accent. Shout out to you, Mom.
Love you, mother-in-law. And I kind of laughed it off. I'm like, oh no, I feel great. It was like a couple days after everyone left, and I was still on this high. And then it was literally a couple days later, I was very humbled because it kind of actually did kick in. I like felt this just come down from the excitement, the dopamine, the adrenaline, just there was so much going on, even just the anticipation for months before the wedding that was happening, that just all just came crashing down a few days after everyone left.
Everyone warns you about postpartum depression. No one warns you about post-wedding depression.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
All right, I have a minute here, so I'm gonna take the form off of the column that we poured the other day, see how it's looking. These columns are just getting prettier and prettier. It's so funny looking at our monoliths and seeing just how they get better with time. Like this is our first one. Look how sloppy it is and how this is like bowing out. Then this one, like we had a little bit of staggering with the 3 boxes. This one was okay, but by the time we're getting onto these, like look how beautiful this monolith is. Yeah, these aren't pillars, these are monoliths, because that's exactly what this looks like. That's 5 columns down, baby. Now I'm working on to seismic beam number 2, and that's this one right here, and it is huge. The issue is I'm gonna have to find a way to get my arm underneath this rebar to clean all the dirt out. Because the concrete's gonna be in contact with the ground, we need 3 inches of space right here, and this is about 1.5 inches. There's just been this like buildup of dirt and debris. And getting your arm underneath there to clean all the dirt out is terrible because it's a bunch of sharp rebar and metal wire. And I have these big sausage fingers, but I think I know the perfect person for the job.
Are you talking about me?
What? Let me see.
What are you saying? I got skinny fingers?
You better put on some
everyone told me I used to have piano fingers, but I've never actually played the piano.
You have rebar fingers, honey. You see this rebar structure?
Yeah.
I need you to clean out all the dirt underneath it, so we have 3 inches of space.
3 inches under there.
Yeah.
Give me some gloves. Oh, this one right here.
Did people in school ever bully you and call you like spaghetti or something?
No, you know what they used to call me back in high school?
What?
Chubs.
What chubs?
Because I was so skinny that they had to call me Chubs. Isn't that sad?
Do you like noodle more?
Yeah, I could rock with noodle.
All right, come on, nudes. That's what we need right there, 3 inches.
So now that the rainy season is here, we've got some new creatures here on Lola's farm.
What'd you find?
Look at this.
Oh! Look at its eyeballs.
Watch.
Wait, what was that? Oh! Oh, what is that? What is that thing? What is it?
I don't know. I think it's a moth, but it looks like a snake. Isn't that wild?
All right, here we go. We're pouring seismic beam number 2 right now. All right, here we go. Let's go get some arena. Uh-oh, I made a big oopsie. We are out of gravel and we're like right in the middle of pouring a bunch of concrete, so that's not good. But the good news is I have a dilapidated Hilux whose only goal in life is to get destroyed lugging materials up to this farm. So I just gotta run down to the hardware store and go and pick up the maximum I can get is 1/2 meter. I'm gonna grab some cement too. Look at this. This is OSHA compliant, definitely. We're on to the last wheelbarrow here of concrete. It takes almost 6 bags of cement to fill this up. That's 6 bags of cement and then a ton of gravel and a ton of sand. And this one beam took the whole day. You could probably understand that. Al final, bro. Uno más. These guys have been busting their butt with me, moving all this sand and gravel and concrete by hand, and none of this would have been possible without them. I love these guys. These guys are huge in making all this possible. Gracias, bro. Muchas gracias para todo. Sadie just got back from school and she is so stoked to show me everything she made.
Bunny, yes.
What is that?
Bunny, a bunny.
Is that for Easter? Did you make that yourself? No way.
A cutting board.
A cutting board? You made your own cutting board? What do you want to cut on there?
I need to paint, and this is the world.
That's the world on the cutting board.
Yeah,
It's beautiful, honey. Can I show you what I made today?
yeah. I saw the house build.
It's our house, not my house. I'm building it for us. I'm building it for our whole family.
Oh,
Yeah, because your room's going to be in here, right?
I found my house build. Now you can jump.
Oh, we can't jump on there yet, honey. Do you want to know what this does?
Yeah.
You know how we have earthquakes and kind of the whole house shakes? This helps with that so the house doesn't fall down. What do you think? I made you a little step with some bars and you can climb up.
By myself.
Yeah, you can try to go by yourself. Let me see you. Whoa! You're a little adventurer, huh?
But this had this, and if I jump, I won't get hooked.
Sadie, we don't need a playground. We just have seismic beams for her.
What?
Look at you, babe! Oh my gosh. Is that your own little house down there?
Who needs a playground and you have a seismic beam?
We live in the very best place on earth, except when it rains every day all through the month of November.
Gotta respect a good sunset. Oh man, look at that right there. That was a good couple days, you guys. Productive. Got a lot done. This foundation's moving right along. It's just so nice looking and just watching it continue to move that way. These columns are rising as we're following it up with the seismic beams. And as you can see, the rain's here. So we're moving, I feel like, right at the right time, trying to finish up this foundation. We're doing it, you guys. One column, one seismic beam, one step at a time.